Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 27th, warming up a little bit compared to what we've had.
Yeah, welcome to Rise and 9. It is not feeling so bad out there. I did see some snow flurries on my drive into work, but it doesn't seem like that stuck around too much.
Yeah, it's still very cold, don't get us wrong. However, it's not what we were experiencing, which was crazy.
Right, we're not measuring frostbite in minutes this morning.
Yes, that is nice. So I'm glad to get this Tuesday off to a little bit better start.
Yeah, and warming up next week a lot. It'll be above freezing. Not by a whole lot, but still counts.
30s is going to feel like 80s for us now.
It will be 80 degrees warmer than what it felt like.
Yeah, that's a big swing.
Yeah, we've got a lot of news to get to today, though. Starting out with Trump visiting Iowa this afternoon.
Yes, he's going to be in Clive at 3 o'clock. We will be live streaming his visit on our website and also our news app.
And you can watch that for free on those places. And that visit his speech is set to start 3 o'clock today, and he's expected to talk about energy and the economy.
Yeah, according to his schedule, he'll be speaking at the Horizons Event Center in Clive. The White House says, like Jackie said, he's going to talk about energy and the economy in his speech. And KCRG White House correspondent John Decker says that Trump will discuss rising home values and declining gas prices also as part of his speech.
And Caroline Levin, also the press secretary, also told our correspondent John Decker he's going to be meeting with local businesses and talking with lawmakers. And the city of Clive also preparing for a protest and just to keep everyone safe out there today.
Yeah, and they are doing that by closing a section of Northwest 100th Street near the Horizon Event Center and designating that as a free speech zone where protesters can gather safely.
Yep, and just to keep everyone safe there. And again, you can watch that streaming this afternoon at kcrg.com and our app.
Yeah, this all coming just a little over 9 months away from midterms.
Yeah, and we did have a lot of shakeups yesterday with some people suspending their campaigns, announcing support for others. So you can check all that out at kcrg.com.
Yeah, and also big story today, we're continuing to follow updates with the Cedar Rapids Community School District's plans as they look to make those budget cuts.
Yeah, it presented 2 new consolidation plans, so there's 3 plans out there now.
Yeah, so one of those plans includes going from its current 3 high schools down to 2, turning Kennedy High School into a junior high.
Yeah, this is a change. This is one of those new plans. And this comes after last week. The district already announced $13 million of cuts, but still needing to make more ongoing cuts to address ongoing declining enrollment.
Yeah, and a community coalition that includes school staff members as well as parents have been working to discuss these new options. And now there are 3 different options that are out there.
Right. One of those options includes in addition to reducing the high schools from 3 to 2, also a new middle school model, and that would serve 5th through 8th graders.
Yeah, currently, of course, the 5th graders are in elementary schools, so this would kind of expand what they're currently serving. And then the model that would change Kennedy into a junior high, it would switch Jefferson and Wash would be the only 2 remaining high schools, and it would switch them into 10 through 12 buildings, taking the 9th graders out of those high schools.
Mm-hmm. With a different feeder system there.
Yeah. And these different models are, different feeder system. These are all listed online if you want to kind of see the layout of like what school would my kid go to, under this proposal versus that proposal. And they would all close different schools as well.
Right. It is a big plan that they did announce last night.
Yeah. And 35 community members did sign up to speak last night. Most of those were Johnson STEAM Academy and Pierce parents who were vouching, in support of their schools, not wanting those to close, and under different proposals, those schools would be at risk of closure.
Yeah, this is what one parent said. He in his neighborhood, he's and his children are in the Wellington Heights area. He said for them, this school is the great equalizer. It's where a child who might struggle for a meal at home goes to command a robot or print a 3D masterpiece.
Yeah, those STEAM academies have access to, a lot of those different resources like that. And also, each of these models is, of course, looking to save money. And with the elementary closures, that could save $1 million. We talked about that previously when they brought up the intermediate model and how closing each school would save $1 million a piece. The middle schools, they say, could save $1.5 million, and then $3 million would be saved from closing a high school.
And the board is going to decide on a specific plan, those options on February 9th, so a couple weeks away.
Yeah, and then these consolidations would not take effect until fall of 2027. So again, nothing was decided last night. They just kind of floated these 3 plans out there, gathering feedback, and then more decisions to come down the road. But either way you go, sure to be some sort of shakeup.
Right, and then the final consideration for consolidation wouldn't happen until April.
Right. Also, Jackie had a really great Student of the Month today. So impressive.
This young woman has accomplished so much, and she's only 17, a senior at City High. So she goes out for track and field and cross country and enjoys being with her teammates, like a lot of high school students do, but what not a lot do. It's just so much. Okay, so she speaks 3 languages.
To begin.
Right. Has presented at science fairs and research festivals from Washington, D.C., LA, across the nation, MIT, Harvard, Caltech, all these places. For fun, she does coding. Not a common thing there.
No big deal.
And she's doing coding research along with MIT and Harvard to address cancer research. This is not for a class or an organization or a group. She's just doing this because she likes to get this experience and working with actual researchers at Harvard and the Dana Cancer Institute. She said that Dana-Carver actually has a clinic so she could see patients suffering from cancer, and that inspired her to do all this. And she also had a 3rd grade teacher who died from cancer, and so she's researching some of the lesser known, like sarcomas and multiple myelomas that are maybe not as researched. It's just a high school student. It's incredible. And she started a nonprofit called the Golden Beaker. This is a story we had done before a couple summers ago because she grew up in a school that she felt like could use some more supplies for science supplies. So she went ahead and made that an initiative, raised the money herself to get that into schools.
Yeah, just incredible. I mean, to be doing cancer research while still a student. And I loved her soundbite when she talked about, kind of the impact of seeing those cancer patients, had on her and her research. It's really incredible. She's so smart.
Yes, and she also so humble and unassuming. She just, the kindest person, was just, answering questions so respectfully and so sweet. She's also the daughter of Sudanese immigrants, and she talked about a project she made to just help address when you have to leave a country facing issues and how that impacts, when you're getting official documents. But then we were like, is there anything else? And she's like, oh, by the way, I've flown a plane and I'm working to get my pilot's license. We're like, what? She said, yeah, that her friends because she meets so many friends from across the whole world, that they're like, that'd be kind of cool if we were a pilot. So she sent some pictures of her flying the plane, and it was just awesome. As if that wasn't enough, there's one more thing.
I know. I feel like you kept having another accomplishment. That's not all. Here's more. And I know you even left some stuff out of the story too.
Right. We only have so much time that we're able to do with these stories. But she spends half her days doing college classes, which is common that students will do this, but she's actually on campus at the University of Iowa in these real college classes, meeting with professors and getting that experience. She also was at the Iowa legislature on the first day of the legislative session, seeing what that's like as a role in a student perspective. It's just so many things.
Yeah, so involved in her balance of like time and schedules to accomplish all of that. She was just amazing.
Right, and her guidance counselor submitted this nomination. It was like 10 pages long. It's just, I've never seen one that long, and I can see why though. That doesn't even probably cover everything she does.
Yeah, that was just such a cool story to get to hear from her. And yeah, like you said, she comes across so humble.
Right.
But she's like, oh yeah, I've flown an airplane and researched cancer. Just so incredible.
Right, just her regular day, just being a student. So yeah, I'm excited to see where she goes. It will be incredible.
I know. And you're always looking for more students to highlight.
Yeah, and you can nominate a student K through 12 in the TV9 viewing area, Eastern Iowa. That nomination is on our website, kcrg.com. And new this year, students also get a $250 award. That's just money, just a check that you can cash that you can do whatever you want with it. So that's a new way to recognize these students who are so deserving. And I just love doing these stories because it gives you such hope for the future of kids doing really amazing things.
Yeah, it's amazing to get to hear from all of these different kids and see all the things that they're able to accomplish so young. Right. It really is inspiring.
And they're all so different. I was just thinking the stories we featured this year, one student who was playing multiple instruments, another student who had faced homelessness, and then another student whose mom had faced a terminal cancer diagnosis, and her mom did die just a few days before Christmas. So the amount of challenges that these students are also going through while accomplishing these things is just really inspiring.
Yeah, and all of those stories, if you haven't seen one of those are all on our website, kcrg.com.
Yeah, if you need some good news.
Right. Thanks for joining us this morning for Rise and 9.
Yeah, have a good day today.